Mindy Mizell from Purposeful PR, and today we're experimenting with some of the latest technology, trying to tell stories in real time using an experimentation I did today with my husband going around the island of Manhattan.
So we start with an exterior shot of the Circle Line, which is the cruise line we took today that took us around the island of Manhattan. It was about a 3-hour cruise, and we got to see many of the sites that are all around the island and hear the latest about what they were. This is video that was taken of us departing the Hudson River and then going basically south down the west side of the island and just seeing some of the sailboats and the birds that are out there. But basically the point of the video that we're trying to put together here is to be able to show you what is possible for public relations specialists these days using some of the very latest technologies available to communicators. So there was my husband. He's showing you the Freedom Tower. That's video that was taken off of my iPhone 5. And I'm basically splicing in different shots off of my new Nikon D7100. He's showing you the Freedom Tower. You know, the anniversary of 9/11 is this Wednesday. It's the 12-year anniversary of the Twin Towers falling. But really, there's so much potential for public relations specialists, for communicators, to use some of the latest tools that are available to us these days. So here are some of the shots that were taken again off of the iPhone, splicing in shots from the higher quality camera to show you the crisper images. But if you were to equip, say, as a nonprofit or a company, your communicators with some very, very basic devices, handheld technologies like just the iPhone 4 or the iPhone 5, and then teach them how to use iMovie to edit these images together, which is what I am editing this piece with right now. You're able to really tell some great stories. Now, I use the term real time, but it's basically what I'm trying to get across are that there are options for getting across stories in a short amount of time. So real time is basically in a matter of minutes, hours that you're able to tell these stories and get them out almost to the equivalent of a news station or news organization and how they would tell stories. Rather than waiting days or weeks to put together a really high quality project, you're able to do some of these lower quality projects and really tell a great story, or at least show what you're trying to get across visually, using just some very basic devices. So again, these are just some of the sites that we saw today on the Circle Line going around the island of Manhattan. You can see right here, this is the east side of the island, some of the apartments that we were able to float across. We also splice in some of the historic images. There's the History Channel sign. Also, of course, some of the graffiti that you may see in Manhattan. That's just, some of it's considered artistic. There's some of the old subway trains that are at the transit center. And again, more graffiti as you float across the north side of Manhattan and many of the bridges. But I think there's just so much potential for communicators these days. The technologies have gotten lighter. They've gotten more affordable. You're able to take images that are both still and visual video and splice them together using some very basic tools. I've been able to do this type of editing basically in the car off of my iPhone using the apps on my iPhone, just iMovie. So there's so much opportunity these days if you invest in some basic technologies.
So basically what you just saw were some visuals that I was able to shoot using both my new Nikon D7100 and my iPhone 5, and now editing them off of both my iPad and my MacBook Air. So if you want to take a look at some of the tools that you're able to use for PR and media, just check out my website. It's purposefulpr.org or also mindymizell.org. Thanks so much for joining us.